What's going on, guys? And this is my Premier League predictions for tomorrow's games and Sunday's games. I've picked the majority of them. There's a few that I haven't picked, but the majority and bulk of the games are there. So the big one starting off on Saturday, early kickoff tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff. Chelsea versus Manchester City. I'm going with a Chelsea win. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. City, look, we know the depth of their squad and the ability of their players, but they've got off to a slow start this year and they've had a few upsetting results or just ones that they're just not doing as good as they should be. And it might come, they might beat Chelsea tomorrow, but I don't see it currently how it's going, especially with Lukaku at Chelsea. I feel Chelsea are the team to beat, I honestly do. So I see that going Chelsea's way, especially them being at home, and I'm going to go 2-0. Then we got my team, Manchester United versus Aston Villa. Again, 12:30 kickoff. I think we'll beat Villa, but they're not an easy team to play against. But being at Old Trafford, I definitely think we've got by far enough in quality to win that game. And I think Ronaldo will get at least one goal again tomorrow, hopefully. And I think that hopefully we could get a clean sheet. Wouldn't surprise me if Villa do score, but I'm going to go for 3-1 Manchester United. Next up, we got Leeds versus West Ham. Interesting game. I've gone for West Ham. They're the away team. Should favour Leeds, them being at home. But because of how they play, like I say every week, I think West Ham have got the quality to hurt them with the likes of Bowen, especially Antonio. And even Fornals has improved drastically, I think. I think they got more good players at a higher level than Leeds have, so I think that they'll counter on Leeds and hurt them. So I'm going with a West Ham win, and I will go 2-1. Next up, we've got Watford versus Newcastle. Watford getting a few results. I think they've got 2 wins so far. So they're going along pretty nicely. I think they'll be very pleased with how it's gone so far, getting 2 wins. Newcastle, bit hit and miss, but I gotta say that Saint Maximum's been one of the players of the season so far, I think, in terms of just individual performances. I do think he's too good for Newcastle. I think he should be at a bigger team, but I still like watching him regardless. I'm going to go for a Watford win in this one, and I'm going to go for 1-0. Next up, Brentford versus Liverpool. Very interested in this one as well, because I like watching Brentford. I did predict them to stay up. I think they would be the surprise package, and so far it is turning out that way. Now, there's a long way to go. The depth of their squad and injuries and such will tell later on in the season how they're going to cope with that. But so far, it's very good for them. And I think the crowd and the momentum they've got and the belief and confidence at the moment is going to serve them well, even against the likes of Liverpool. But it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool do win. That's the sensible thing to go with. But I've put a bit of faith in Brentford, as I have done in other match weeks. And I've gone for a draw. And I'm going to go for a 2-2 in this one. But it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool do win. It's probably the most likely outcome. But I'm going to go for a draw, and I'll say 2-2. Now, next up, we got Southampton versus Wolves. I like the look of that. Was it Liverpool? I don't know how you say his name, Livramenko, something like that. The right back for them, young kiddie. I've been impressed by him. I do like a few of Southampton's players. Obviously, they lost a few big ones, but they're looking all right. They're doing slightly better than I thought they were going to do, considering getting rid of the likes of Ings and Vestergaard. They're doing slightly better than I thought they would. So Wolves, they're a bit bipolar. One week they could be really good, and the next week they look total opposite. Struggling for goals. I think that probably will come. But I'm going for Southampton in this one, and I'm going to go for a 1-0. And then last up this week, guys, it's the London derby, Arsenal versus Spurs. It's not the game it used to be, because both teams have fallen so far, I feel. I mean, you could argue Spurs are a bigger team now than they were when they used to have the derbies, but the derbies used to be better because they had like the Highbury and the White Hart Lane. Not a fan of the new stadiums really on the whole. And even though Spurs weren't as good back then, I feel like they've had good teams over there. You remember when they had Modric, Van der Vaart, Crouch? They did have good squads, but Spurs now probably have more world-class players or higher quality players than they have done for a lot of years. But it's just not the game it used to be. A bit like Arsenal and Manchester United. That's not the game it used to be. But it means a whole lot to both sets of supporters, this game still. So I like it for that reason, but I'm not majorly excited by it because I feel like they're both kind of a bit of a banter teams. So it doesn't excite me that much. But regardless, I'm going to go for a Tottenham away win, and I'm going to go for 1-0 Tottenham. So that is it for this week's predictions, guys. Hope you are doing well. I hope you enjoy tomorrow's games and Sundays. Crystal Palace are playing Brighton on Monday as well. So a lot of games coming up this weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know yours in the comments and your predictions. And I'll speak to you guys soon.